Hello, amazing people, and welcome. I'm Aki, and I am so excited because I really believe our financial future should be bright and sparkly.
And I'm Yuki. It's so great to be here with you. Today, we're going on a little adventure to meet a creature that, believe it or not, lives inside all of us. We call him the Now Monster.
Okay, so let's just jump right in with a little thought experiment. Imagine this. You get a choice. A hot, cheesy, absolutely delicious pizza sitting right in front of you right now. Or $100, but you have to wait a whole month to get it. Oh man, my stomach is literally screaming pizza. It is just so hard to say no to that right now treat, isn't it?
It really, really is. But here's the thing. What if I told you that feeling that temptation isn't some kind of character flaw? It's just this little guy. Meet the Now Monster. He's kind of cute, he's fluffy, and he lives in all of our brains, just whispering to us to grab the immediate yummy reward. And you know what? That's perfectly normal. So, for our first part, let's get properly introduced to him. Because honestly, understanding this little monster is the absolute key. Once you know how he thinks, you can start to work with him, not against him.
You see, this little monster has a secret magic power, and it actually has a pretty fancy scientific name: hyperbolic discounting. It's this super interesting concept from behavioral economics that basically says our brains just don't see time in a straight, logical line.
Totally. It's like the Now Monster takes that pizza and just covers it in sparkly glitter, right? It makes today's treat seem way more exciting and valuable than that kind of boring $100 that feels like it's a million years away.
And the math he uses is just wild. There was a study back in 1981 that found that to get someone to wait just 1 month for an extra $5, you'd effectively have to pay them what amounts to a 345% annual interest rate. But to get them to wait 10 years for a much bigger reward, that rate drops all the way down to just 19%. The closer the treat, the more powerful the monster is. Ooh, okay, I love this next part. Now that we've officially met the Now Monster, let's peek at his favorite games. Because our brains have all these little shortcuts and tricks that the monster uses to convince us to listen to him. And believe it or not, these tricks are not new at all. The famous economist Adam Smith was writing about this way back in 1759. This idea is at the heart of something called loss aversion. Basically, we feel the pain of losing something about twice as much as we feel the joy of gaining that same thing. And the Now Monster uses this fear to keep us from making choices that feel like a loss right now, even if it's for a much bigger win later on.
And he uses loss aversion to play two of his favorite games. We all know the first one, right? Procrastination. That's when we put off something that feels bad, like doing laundry, because the cost, doing boring chores, is immediate. But then there's this other one, and I love this word: pre-preparation. It means grabbing a fun treat now, like watching a movie, even if it means we have to pay the cost later, like cramming for a big test.
So, okay, we've got these brain tricks. How does that actually affect our wallets? Let's dive into the real-world impact this has on our money. Well, it leads to this fascinating thing called mental accounting. Researchers Sheffrin and Thaler figured out that we just don't treat all of our money the same way. We mentally separate our money into different jars. Paycheck money feels serious and has to go to rent and bills, but a surprise tax refund, that can feel like fun money, even though, really, a dollar is just a dollar. Okay, enough about the monster's sneaky powers. It's time for us to get our own magic wands. This is my favorite part, getting the tools to train our cute little Now Monster so he starts working for us, not against us. Let's do it. And what's great is that these tools are so powerful because they're simple. We're not talking about complicated spreadsheets or anything scary. We're just talking about 3 really easy strategies that work with your brain's natural psychology instead of trying to fight it. Okay, tool number 1 is the self-filling treasure chest. This is all about automation. It's so simple. You just set up a small automatic transfer from your checking to your savings or investment account right after you get paid. You don't even have to think about it. The treasure chest just fills itself. In behavioral economics, they call this a commitment device. You're basically making a little promise to your future self and setting things up so it's super easy to keep. Our second tool is the all-in-one magic shield, and we mean a low-cost index fund. The founder of Vanguard, the amazing John Bogle, explained it perfectly. Instead of stressing out trying to pick individual winning stocks, you just buy a tiny, tiny piece of everything. This diversity acts like a shield. It protects you from the market's little mood swings and just lets your money grow steadily over the long term.
And our third and final tool is all about using that mental accounting trick for good. We found this amazing tip from a reader who is so clever. They decided that every single time they got a $20 bill, it just became invisible money. They'd just tuck it away somewhere safe. At the end of the year, they had this surprise pile of cash to invest. It turned saving from a chore into a fun little game.
So now, what happens after you start using these tools and planting these small seeds? Let's take a look at the beautiful result. Your very own flourishing, bright future garden. And the real magic in this garden is something called compounding, which is like a snowball rolling down a hill of powdered sugar. Just look at this chart. If you're an early sprout and start putting away just $200 a month at age 20, by age 60, you could have over $500,000. It's incredible. But if you're a late bloomer and wait until you're 40 to start, you end up with so much less. It's all because that little snowball of money had less time to grow all by itself. Wow. And hey, if you ever feel like you're starting late, get this. 99.6% of Warren Buffett's incredible wealth was built after his 50th birthday. That is almost all of it. It just goes to show it's not about being perfect, it's about being patient and just letting that beautiful garden grow over time. So you see, the goal isn't really to defeat the Now Monster. You can't. He's a part of you. It's about understanding him, maybe even befriending him, and using these simple, gentle tools to guide both of you toward that bright future we talked about.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be some huge, scary leap. So our question for you is, what one tiny, sparkly seed can you plant for that amazing future you starting today? Thanks so much for hanging out with us.